to Create.
Alright, cool. Let's get it. Episode 8 of the Dying to Create podcast, man. We've been inactive for a
month? Yeah, I think a month and a half or a month.
You know, to be honest, I thought we were done. I thought we were done on episode 7.
I mean, we have the capacity. We can start or stop. That's the nice thing.
Or stop whatever we want. You actually brought us back. I wasn't. We were still trying to put up our hit list for, I guess we can call it season 2 of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So you're the first.
I'm the first of season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. So today we have LALLA Martin, first episode of season 2 of the Dying to Create podcast. How you doing, LALLA?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm great. LALLA, is that your real name?
No, it's not. It's a nickname. My actual name is Petronella.
Both of them are both nicknames, or it's Petronella Martin?
Martin it's my surname, but then it's not on my ID.
So it's not your surname?
No, it's my surname. Like I'm from Mozambique.
Oh, originally.
Yes. But don't ask me about my Mozambican background because I don't know anything about that.
Damn, have you ever thought about going back just to...
I wish I could. Actually, I should.
Do you still have family in Mozambique?
I'm yet to find out because my grandfather moved from Mozambique and then came to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Ndebele. Shona.
Yes.
You're like a whole melting pot of cultures.
Yes.
I guess it kind of shows in your art and the music that you make. Because when I'm listening to it, you also play the mbira.
Yes.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
28.
Yeah. Okay. You don't look 28. She looks like what? She's 22.
19.
Right,
no, it just went way further.
Serious, you look way younger.
At least 20.
No, it's okay. At least 20.
At least 25.
Yeah, I'm asking because there are not a lot of young people that are interested in the mbira.
Yes.
So I found that interesting. Like, how did that come about?
Well, I went to the College of Music 2018, and that's where I learned to play the mbira instrument. I found it to be the easiest instrument to play. So I was like, I think I can.
Yeah. I've held the mbira before in my hands, but no.
No, I think it's the easiest. Comparing with the piano lessons were boring. Piano, and then there is acoustic guitar. I found that a lot.
I also struggled with the guitar.
Yes. So mbira, it was just like 15 keys. So you just have to deal with the 15 keys.
So what level are you now?
No, I dropped out of school.
No, I'm saying with the mbira now at the school, yeah.
What level?
As in, like, how confident are you in your mbira skills? Like, you can play it anyway? Because I know...
Well, I think I've advanced because now I'm also part of the production of the song, whereby with the producer, I get to also put my mbira there and then we produce from there. So I think I'm getting there, advancing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's take it back to the beginning. How long have you been doing music?
9 years now.
9 years. So since you were 19?
Yeah, somewhere there.
See, I was right.
And since you was 19, right?
From somewhere there, yes.
But then now, would you consider yourself an upcoming? I would, because you're not out there like that.
Someone said there is no upcoming.
Word.
It's just that others are more popular than others.
But then that is upcoming. So like, if someone is more popular than you, it means that.
But how can you be upcoming for 9 years? Okay.
That's where my question comes. And would you consider yourself upcoming?
Well, the term upcoming is now used for people that are not popular. So I think I'm upcoming.
Yeah, because someone once said everyone in Zimbabwe is an upcoming artist. Unfortunately, somewhere. Cool. No, but my question is based on what's been happening for this past 9 years, because I think you become a bit more. Actually, the first time that I met you when you were, that was 21, when you guys were shooting the video.
Should be 2021.
2021.
22, somewhere there.
You sounded like you're doing more.
I'm a piano,
the house, techno stuff. And then few years down the line, I'm checking your IG and whatnot. It seems like you have
It's different now.
completely rebranded.
Yes.
How did that come about? Like the whole rebrand?
I think like all artists, we just have to go through that crisis whereby you don't know what kind of music you do exactly.
Yeah.
You're just everywhere. And then I think doing amapiano actually shaped the Lala that you see now. Because that was now when Cox Entertainment discovered me. That's a record label. So I was playing Mbira and they were like, we need your voice on amapiano. So from there, I started, it was sort of like experimenting.
Oh, so you were already playing Mbira and they were like, were they trying to fuse your Mbira with them?
No,
piano, or
they were
just
interested in the voice. Like this voice could work on amapiano.
But that's how artists die with record labels, you know?
Yes, like you're just diverted and you're doing something completely different.
Did you feel comfortable?
At first, you know, the excitement.
Yeah.
Because you're like, yeah, it's a South African record label.
And Cox Entertainment is a South African.
Yes. And then I think I can say that was like the peak of, well, on my journey of music. Like that's when I felt like I'm actually going somewhere. Because that's when I had a lot of international collaborations. From there, after the record label, after we parted ways, that's when I was like, no, I think I need to sit down
and figure out myself.
Yes.
What happened with the label?
Well, it was good. It was good experimenting, but then somehow you find yourself, you know, like when you're looking at the people that are doing amapiano. By that time, I was looking at people like the Kamompelas or what. I was like, that's not me. Like, even when I look at other amapiano artists, I was like, no, that's not me. I think I'm just...
you're trying to fit into a space.
Yes. So that's when I was like, but who am I? Because I knew I loved house music. And then I knew that I had to be different, because every time someone listened to my track, even be it house music, they'll think I'm South African. Sometimes even these European guys, they would write like, there's this South African lady we collaborated with. What? No, I'm Zimbabwean. So people would ask, so what
makes... I also thought you were South African first time we met.
No, Zimbabwean.
I guess you're giving off that vibe.
So I had to find something that speaks Zimbabwe, you know. Even if you sing in Isindebele, most people would mistaken it for isiZulu. So I started putting some Shona, and then the idea of the Mbira came about. When you got signed, you're already playing the Mbira, right? I was, but then we never really put it into our music. It was just, yes. So yeah, it was part of me finding myself, like, well, amapiano is nice, it's exciting, so, but then I just know this is not me.
Plus, like, who are you? Like, what was the goal? Were they trying to make you a South African adjacent amapiano artist, or they're trying to make you blow up in Zim as a piano artist?
No, blowing up in Zim was not part of the plan.
What was the plan?
I was supposed to blow up in South Africa. But then now, because we had these collaborations with Ntosh Gazi.
Right.
I had
something with Eddie Kenzo.
Yes. And then the Bongo Muffin guys, you know, like we just wanted to, I was supposed to blow up in South Africa. And for me, that was quite exciting. You know,
I mean, like, for any artist, that's for a lot of artists, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Would you do it again if you
getting signed, or
if you like that whole thing? What would you do differently?
I think now,
if you knew what you know now,
I think now we'll be working according to my terms. Like, this is me. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to achieve. And then if they think there's a future in what I'm thinking, then they can come in and maybe...
Because I think it was more like you were not being authentic.
Yes.
You're not being true to yourself.
Yes.
Or maybe is that part of the reason why you ended up feeling like, I need to leave this situation?
No, the contract was 18 months.
Oh, okay.
If I felt like I want to maybe extend, then we go for another term. That was me. If I felt no, I think I need to go my own way. So they never really imposed on me like you need to stay. No.
It's a South African label, or it's a Zimbabwean based South African label?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Zimbabweans, but then they're a record label in South Africa.
What did you find the most challenging in operating in that space, the South African space? Like, did you have that experience, or it was left to those guys who were running the show?
I think the pressure, because you're told you need to put a verse. If Eddie Kenzo likes it, he's going to jump onto your song. Or if so, like that pressure, am I good enough? Is it really, you want to, yes. You also want them to continue believing in you, like, yes, we made the right choice by bringing in this girl. So I think I had a lot of pressure. You write a song and then you're thinking, is it? Like, so that's
But I'm sure you still delivered.
Yes, I did.
Did you enjoy it?
Till I got used to it, like, like if I write something, I know they're gonna love.
But yeah, that is, pressure comes with isn't all artists want to blow up, you want to be in the States, you want to be, so pressure comes, it's part of the game.
Yeah, but surprisingly now, I don't think of blowing up.
You don't?
No.
Why? Is it because you felt like
the time I was supposed to blow up, it never...
Other than that, like, you felt like you hit the peak of that mindset. So do you know what? I need to be signed to, you've been signed to an SA label, which is something that a lot of artists here would die for.
Yes.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You feel like do you feel like you know something that this artist don't? That's where my question was, actually, the previous one. Like, what is it about that industry that you feel like was difficult or was different from ours here that makes it so successful, so intense pressure-wise? What is it about operating in that space that makes it so difficult for, say, a Zimbabwean to blow up?
Like, you mean what they do differently?
Yeah, yes, you can say that.
Well, I think most of us here, we really haven't put that mind to say, this is a business. I'm Lala, I'm a brand.
Yeah.
That's what you wear, how you speak, who you associate with.
Where you are seen.
Yes. And then I know it comes with a lot of pressure. It depends whether you want to go that path or you just want to be that artist that nobody really knows about, but then you're successful on platforms that people who love real music. Yeah, like people who follow a certain kind of music, they'll say, it's like black coffee. Nobody talks of black coffee like every day, like black coffee.
Like,
but then we know he's successful. So there are things that us as artists in Zimbabwe, we intend to like put a blind eye to and say, it really doesn't matter, but then it matters. I think we are
things
limited.
Like what, like branding?
Branding, mostly branding. And
but artists are trying. Some
are trying, but then
it's not like what you've seen from the other side.
Yes, like it just matters what you go wearing to an interview. It matters.
Yeah.
So now I think we are limited in terms of, like, we are always saying we do not have money.
And we do not.
Yes, we do not. We do not have money, but then with branding, it really doesn't mean that you have to have money.
It's making the best of what you have.
Yes. It's like me, I feel comfortable when I'm wearing jeans, t-shirts, what. If I'm going to brand myself in that way, then I have to also make it artistic. Like, it doesn't have to be like any other ordinary girl, like who's just walking in the street. So I think branding is the most important thing.
It's the most differentiating factor.
That even if you are to get an endorsement deal, or maybe you're going to get a deal with a corporate or something like that, they are attracted to your brand, as in what they will see you representing. That's what they're attracted to.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
I hear that. What about the acceptance did you find any pushback of you being a Zimbabwean and trying to get into this market that belongs to these guys?
Well, I think I wasn't really upfront with the whole thing. Like the record label was just approaching people, but then when I met some of these artists, they were quite warm and welcoming. I think I met the Bongo Muffin when they came to Zimbabwe. At the Jacaranda Music Festival. I remember I was communicating with Stone and I was saying, I'm coming to the festival, I need to see you. And we're actually communicating. You'll say, okay, we are now on our flight. Okay, we are now in Zimbabwe, we're at hotel, what. Okay, we are here.
Bongo Muffin guy seems really cool. I mean, old school, cool guys.
Yes.
Not much ego.
They were all excited. I know I thought Speedy maybe is...
Oh, because of his...
Yeah, but then branding. He was also warm and all that. So I think actually when I met Ntosh Gaze as well from John Felicity, he was also like, I like your style. What I wasn't thinking that he could be that kind of person who can actually say, I'm your fan. I'm a fan to your music. So I think being Zimbabwean sort of like put me on another... like that.
Like it was
maybe he had not done something with the Zimbabwean before. So I think.
Plus, I think a lot of artists, I mean, we might think it's only our problem as Zimbabweans, the fact that we don't manage to break out into other markets. But I also think, I feel like South Africans, Nigerians would really love to collaborate and have some sort of,
Yes.
Yeah, but we kind of have to be original because right now, you can't be a Zimbabwean singing Afropop sounding like them. Like you have to really sound like Zimbabwean.
Yes, because they also want something different to add to their music as well.
Oh, definitely.
Something pure.
I mean, you're on your way there with the Mbira. I mean, that's a good starting point, if not the point to push. But anyway, my question was more on. Like, obviously, I know artists are always going to be warm towards each other because we're artists, right? They're artists.
Yes.
It's the business people that I was asking about. The people who make the decisions like, she's Zimbabwean, put her music. Are we going to list her music on radio? Nah. Like, did you ever hear any of that? Because I've heard it can get quite tense.
Yeah, I think with me, because I really never had to do all of that work because the record label would go up front. So I never really, I don't know, maybe they hid it from me that maybe we did not get this deal because of. Yes. So I really wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, I'm really curious because, a lot of art, I mean, if you're going to dream of operating in a space like that, it's always nice to have all the information and to know if you play like this, things.
But then what I found out, Zimbabwe is still something that people are yet to discover in terms of the music. Okay, people know that there is the Mbira instrument, but I feel like people really do not know like what Zimbabweans are like, what their music is like. They have an idea, but then it's not really out there. Because when you ask someone maybe who's out there who knows something about Zimbabwe, maybe musically, they'll tell you about maybe Tuku. But then they really do not have like a whole full idea of what Zimbabwe is.
I think it's because we also don't know who we are.
We do. We do.
No, like I mean, hear me out for a second. Look at South Africa. Look at Nigeria. Those people know who they are. They have their own way of speaking their language. You think South Africa. You think. Let me know. I'm not saying this to say that they're violent or whatnot. Okay. You think all the dramas that they make. You think Yizo. You think they have this defining. In Kavi and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then you think you ask Zimbabwe. What exactly, You're not
going to hear Sungura playing in an SA ad, but here's my piano Afrobeat.
Plus, I'm just saying like the character aspect of
now
things.
I think the problem is
we are too. I think we've been
okay. Let's look at Sungura.
Cosmopolitan.
No, let's look at Sungura.
Yeah,
we have Macheso as the icon, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can say for now he's the legend.
Wait, to interrupt you, like Sungura is not even from Zim. It was from Kenya.
No, wait.
Wait, let her finish. Let's see where she's going with it.
We have Macheso, right?
Yeah.
And then come to think of Macheso really branding himself to be that international artist, we are looking at how he presents himself. Let's look at maybe good quality music videos. And then we see Macheso. Macheso has now done a song with Salif Keita and all that. Right. Now Sungura looks cool because people are like, okay, you can actually go there. But then I feel like we're just content being.
You're right. I get that. I just say like, okay, fine. Who wants to be associated with Sungura in Zimbabwe? Who wants to be like, that's gonna be Sungura? You know, we are. Songwriter is our brand.
Yeah, it sounds
good, but
what?
The optics.
The optics are just not optic. You know, it's the same. Even if we say, let's take it to the Ndebele side, because I'll say, I guess I'll say Sungura is more Shona, right? Mm-hmm. What about it's called Ozejwane, guys? Is that Sungura? It's more like they call it Rumba, I think.
Well,
yeah, but it's in the same group.
It's in the same.
It could be in the same group.
Who also wants to be out there like Avele? We out here.
So you see now.
That's where
I think. I think they messed up those who were before us. So now we don't believe in that. Even if you look at Mbira, someone else. The first question that I'm asked is Sola Madlozi. Something like that. So
a word, I forgot that question. I should have put it in.
So you see, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I actually sing a lot of religious music. If you listen to my songs, mostly they're speaking of my religion. I'm a Christian. Yeah. But then now people associate the instrument with which makes which
is unfortunate.
I mean, they're not wrong, because like with them Mbira, you have to feel it. Like something has to.
They're not
come
right
into
either.
But can't you feel the guitar as
well?
They're
not right either.
There are spirits involved with guitars.
Feel
also.
the marimba. Feel the what. So you see now.
Music is
but it's just like you're wearing a black
is
t-shirt.
Spiritual.
And then the Church of Satan, they wear all black apparently.
No, I'm just saying music.
Say you're Satanist.
No, music is spiritual.
It is spiritual.
Definitely.
Yeah,
you use the instrument in however way you want to use it.
But an instrument is just that.
Yes.
If we put it down there, it's just
an instrument.
It's how you use it. It's what you're channeling through it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Am I wrong? Am I right?
No, you're correct.
Yes.
Yeah, but the spirits associated with that instrument are Madlozi now.
Yeah, well, the PR was done.
But then the Mbira is not the only channel. Like, it really isn't the only channel to open up to such spirits and all that. So I feel like now if I'm to take up Mbira and I own it and I'm doing this house music, it looks cool. Someone will be like, I think I also want to do that. The next time someone is taking Mbira and maybe fusing it with some hip hop and all that, now Mbira is like the signature thing.
Yeah.
Where artists from Zimbabwe are now coming up with this instrument, you know. So I think it's now up to us. Like if I'm to do it like, it's just LALLA Martin. It's just like it's LALLA Martin doing what LALLA Martin thing. But then if it's maybe 3-4 artists coming out doing the same thing, it now comes out. It's now like a genre, something like that. It's now.
I get you. I totally get you. And I agree. I feel like, I mean, Ja Praise was looking cool while he's doing it. Chonisa was cool while she was doing it. Mm. You're looking cool while you're doing it. And the more you grow, you're going to look cool while you're doing it.
But the way Madlozi is a Ja Praise's show, especially with Chiremerera, the way one guy was just convulsing, like, I'm like, what?
Well, I guess it's the way he uses it, the way he uses the instrument, and the fact that his music just sounds that traditional.
And he doesn't take offense to it when they say Madlozi.
Yes.
No, he doesn't. Because I remember he's spoken about just music being spiritual.
Yes. And he wishes that one day Amadlozi will pumela from you.
He wishes that?
Yes. I actually heard him say something like that. He said, what I do not have, but I wish. So.
How did you feel about that as a Christian?
Why? I can't judge.
No, just play.
I'll just do what I'm doing, and then hopefully people can actually lighten up to the instrument. And yes,
no, I think people will. It's just going back to what I was saying. Which I feel like we don't like to identify with the things that actually make us us. Like the Mbira, like even the Sungura. That's our thing, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
And the spirits.
You know,
if you're watching Yizo, you're watching these South African shows or Nigerian shows, there is a heavy spiritual element to these films.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't want to advocate for those spirits because I'm also Christian, so I don't. For me, that's not my...
Yeah, but us not acknowledging that they exist, that's literally what's causing a lot of problems for us.
I don't think it's a lack of acknowledging that they exist.
They do.
No, people acknowledge. People do their music, whether they do whatever they do.
Well, some people are they're too quick to dismiss them. That's the thing.
Well, who are those people and do they matter in the conversation? That's the question.
Okay. I'm a 2K, just left the chat.
I'm a 2K are the ones actually who I feel like I have the because it's like, okay, fine, we look at the genre Yabo Pixule Nkabi Labos Java. Those guys are making it cool. Now you're finding 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds also doing the same. Like they're proud in that culture. I might not identify with Amadlos or whatnot, but they think it's cool. They dress like taxi drivers or whatever. That's their thing. All I'm saying is we don't have that. Where you find a 20-year-old is, I mean, Tanto Wavy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Is making Sungura cool.
Yes.
In the way he's fusing.
But then I don't know if it's true, but then I heard someone say that he doesn't want anyone else taking up that kind of genre. It's his thing. Go find your own thing.
I don't know.
Of which...
Yeah, because it's gonna get crowded there. Because
it should.
No, but that's how it grows.
How do you think Amapiano popped up?
Yeah.
It's a lot of artists jumping onto that same kind of thing, and then
in Zim, like there's a lot of scarcity.
No, but isn't we're trying to build Pella our own genre, our own sound
out there.
Yeah, but you know how in Zim people operate. It's like leave me. Like there's no.
I mean
that's why we'll never go anyway.
You don't grow.
We'll always have Winky D, Japreza, and they are the center, and then no one else reaches that level. And then maybe Winky D passes on, and then Japreza, and then we'll be like, there was once a Chuoniso, there was once a Winky D, there was. So
it's like that gap. That's why that's why there's also that gap. That why Mtukudzi left such a huge gap.
Yes,
it's like imagine if Oskito had left a gap and there was no DJ Swoo, and then TS came in, or like Oskito, Atama Fokate, DJ Swoo. You see, there's always someone
coming in. Yeah.
Imagine if Maporisa was the only one who was piano would be dead or he passed away.
Yes.
But there's this gaps. There's always these people coming up. So I feel like that's also another thing that is you can't safeguard or gatekeep a sound.
And then there's always that one producer who is producing for these top artists, and then he keeps making that same sound, which is now the signature what.
Yeah.
And then we end up getting bored. Like we end up saying, you know, like there's that need for collaboration.
Yeah, I mean music.
Whereby if you actually see how other producers do it, like you find one track, it's produced by maybe 3 producers. And then we're always having this music is evolving and it's getting better and better. But then if it's always this one producer who's got hold of these 10 artists who are on the mainstream, that music never really grows. Because it's his ideas, it's himself working by himself, and you get
music.
Or that videographer coming up with the same video, same look for every artist.
Yes, and you'll be
it only works for a short space of time.
Yes, but it never really goes anywhere.
So when you moved to H, were you already doing music? Did you move to H from Bulawayo, or did you do South Africa then H?
No, Bulawayo, Harare. Yeah.
You're already doing music?
Yes. But
you were starting out?
Yes, I wasn't really.
How old were you when you moved to Asia?
When I went to Harare,
yeah.
I was 18.
So you were just bubbling under, you hadn't started.
Yeah, I really.
So you hadn't gotten like quite the experience of making music in Bulawayo?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ask you, like, what was the huge difference?
Here in Bulawayo, no, here was just, like those home studios, or maybe where I wasn't really thinking of music as a career by then.
What were you thinking of as a career by then?
I was thinking of maybe graphic designing.
Something like to design?
Yes, because I used to love drawing and all that.
What happened? Why are you saying you used to? You stopped?
I stopped.
Why?
I don't know. I just stopped, and it's been.
Music was too strong.
I guess so. I think I just shifted something else, and then.
I'm hurt. The other day we were just talking about how we don't have enough female animators, if any, that are popping in the country.
But I think they are there, but then.
Because it's an intense industry, like it needs a whole lot of time and dedication and concentration. And I feel like women they always have these things that are put on their shoulders that makes it difficult for them to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same also with being a female musician.
It's difficult.
Yes. A lot of them never really last to, like, they are not in there like full force, whereby someone is like, this is what I'm doing 24/7 or whatsoever.
Are you in full force?
I am, because right now there's nothing that is
pulling your...
Yes.
Nah.
And then there is that fear, like, am I gonna be able to balance things?
I talking about like when you start a family? Or?
Yes. Whereby you are thinking, will the person that I'm going to be with really understand this industry? And then you're also thinking, am I going to be able to balance up? Because you find a lot of female musicians are single mothers. That's if they have children, you will find out that maybe they are now separated with them.
Because it's difficult for, who is it difficult for? Is it difficult for the men to accept that this woman needs to do music, needs to be busy, has to be in these situations where maybe she's performing out of town or whatnot? Or is it difficult for the women to... I feel like when you get married, with our culture, with our society, you kind of have to dumb yourself down.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate.
Yes. And then you can't really... It's like me, if I'm to think, today I think I should spend the day in studio, I'll do that. If I think I actually need to work overnight, I'll do that. But then now, because you're married, okay, let's say your husband understands, but you also have to be there, like, for the children, for other things at home. So it sort of like pulls you down a bit. But then, others are managing, but then a lot of them are single mothers.
So has it been a conscious choice not to have all this other stuff that can distract you, or it just hasn't happened?
Well, before it was. And then there are times...
What do you mean before it was? You became too comfortable.
Well, before I would say, you know what? Well, it's my career first. Yeah. I don't think I need to associate myself with it. Well, I need to... I think I was saying I need to accept that this is the trend.
Yeah.
You never really settle with someone. It's either you have a child and then you continue with your career. But then my mind changed. Now I'm grown. I think, well, it's something that I'm saying, okay, at least if I am to settle down, may I be able to balance things.
Yeah, you really need to.
So I think it's a big challenge. A lot of women, even be it radio presenters or women in the arts, most of them are single mothers. I don't know what happens, but yes.
Yeah, you just need to get with someone who maybe is in the same industry or understand?
Yeah, but then still you find someone is married to a producer. Let's say I'm singing, my husband is a producer. Somehow, somewhere along the path, you hear that they've separated. So I really do not know what happens.
Maybe it's just our generation. That's just not, our marriages are just not lasting.
Yes, maybe it's not, maybe it does not apply to artists only, but then maybe just everyone in general.
So like you are Mozambican by default, but also raised in Bulawayo, I guess, until 18, and then you moved to Harare. You've stayed in South Africa also, right? Or you used to go and come?
Yeah, used to go and come back.
I mean, obviously you pick up some on certain things. How has all these cultures or all these things that you're associated with come into your music?
Well, I think I learned that my music is not for Zimbabweans.
Word. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying that I don't want Zimbabweans. No, that's not. That's
totally
not the same. Yes,
saying.
It's not for Zimbabweans. It's not for South Africans. I'm not doing music for any kind of particular group.
You're not consciously trying to impress.
Yes. So I'm a musician, and I believe that once you are true to yourself and you're doing what you're doing, you always attract like the right audience.
Crowd,
Yes. So I think I learned that I would maybe say I want to sing in Isindebele because I want people to know I grew up in Bulawayo, or I want to sing in Shona because I'm a Shona, and I want, it really does not apply now. So I'm now just doing music so that it reaches the right kind of people that it's supposed to communicate to.
Who is that?
I do not know.
Where does it come from? Like, where does your inspiration come from? Then maybe we can decide who the music is for.
My inspiration, mostly, as I said, my music is religious.
All right.
So maybe
Christian.
Yes, but then I do not want to say also I'm singing for Christians.
You don't want to say you're singing gospel?
No, I don't want.
What genre is your music? What genre is your music?
House music mostly. That's that's what you will find actually. On store, you'll find house music. But then when you come to my performance, you might get confused.
It's the gango.
Yes. Whereby now it's those Mbira songs, and then we're doing house music as well. And then we're just saying, so this is the song, we're working on this song, and we just carry ourselves through. And then after the performance, someone like, your music is different.
It's different. I didn't know. So I guess, it's an entertaining experience if you come with no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what is your creative process like then? Do you start from, okay, since I do a lot of house, I'm gonna just go in and start from house, or one day you wake up feeling bitter and then you're like,
well,
do you have a creative process? Or
well, I don't know. What happens is that I mostly, when someone sends me an instrumental, or when I listen to an instrumental, I think that's where I get inspired to write something. So mostly before, I would write a song whereby I just feel like writing a song, and I just write, and there is no instrumental or anything. And I would go to the producer and say, so this is my song. I sing the song, and then they create from there.
Oh, okay.
So I think when I started playing the Mbira now, the creative process, it just is now a different routine.
It changed,
whereby I play the Mbira instrument and then I write something. And then now, if a producer wants to work with me, he will send me samples, and then I'll say, I'm picking this one, and then I start working with that one. And I don't know what I'm going to
composed.
write about. It just comes, and I find myself writing a sad love story, or I'm singing a religious song, or I'm singing a happy song, depending on the instrumental.
All right, so you just work from, yes, intuition, whatever it is you're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
There's no specific message that you're trying to get to the people. Is there?
No, I don't think
Or you're
so.
still trying to find that? Do you want to
I don't
become
know
that kind of
if-
artist?
Yeah, because I'm actually thinking, should I actually have a specific message like Lala, she's all about
She's
this?
all about women empowerment.
Or people should be like, I wonder what she's bringing next. I wonder what she's going to sing about next.
Well, I guess we can start from, what are you passionate about?
My religion.
You're passionate about religion.
Christianity, yes.
Really?
Yes.
So I guess there's your message then. It lies somewhere in there.
Yes. Somehow, like now, I don't really plan on singing about Shungu. I want to go to heaven, what. But then I find myself, I think now it's just something that just comes out naturally, where I'm just,
So you know love songs, and we shouldn't expect any 14 February.
I actually, there's something that's coming. It's commenting on along the love.
In a religious way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's actually, I cannot say it's a story, but well, I'm commenting.
All right, cool. No, we'll see when it comes out. Don't worry. We'll see. I think you don't have to spoil it for us.
Yes. So it's coming out soon.
All right, cool. No, that's cool. Can't wait to see it. I mean, you recently dropped your video for Telumoyo.
Yes.
And I noticed that it says it was done by Evil Tribe.
Yes.
Like, they were the ones that shot it, and
yes.
Evil Tribe are the ones that did the national dress.
Yes.
Thing at that point in time. How did that come about, like that collaboration? You're making big moves, Pella.
Well,
I think the national dress.
Yeah.
That one with the flag in the center.
Right. With the one, was it the one with the horns?
I think
and there's the national dress from the independence.
From the
then there's Brooks item.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's the guy.
I'm confused now.
All right.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think along the lines, like right now I've met you.
Yeah.
And then someone will be like, maybe you are having a conversation with someone. And then maybe somehow you feel like Lala's got something really going on. She's not big yet, but I feel like she's going somewhere. So I think that's what happened with Evil Tribe, whereby you're just maybe somewhere along the line you've met before, but then they feel like they should actually work with you on something. So that's how, we've been planning for like about 3-4 years, 4 or 5 years, whereby they're like, we need to do something with you. We need to do something. And then
work.
Yes. And
But
then
it never came.
yes.
Yeah.
But then with this song, it just happened, and then we found ourselves working together. Yes.
Boom. Now the video looks nice.
Thank
colorful.
you.
Love the fashion.
Yeah.
You have a relationship with fashion.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, obviously, since you're into design and all that.
Yes. I do have.
Is there something you're going to go into at some point in time?
Yes. I'm actually thinking of it. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that somewhere along the line.
You mentioned that you don't think about blowing up anymore.
Yes.
What do you think about then? Like, I know if an artist is making music and they're coming up, they're like, so when I blow up, I'm making this so that I blow up.
Yes.
What's the focus now? Money?
It's
making money.
And then expanding my audience. But I know people say you need to blow up first, because once you blow up, then more people come into your brand, what. But then I feel like you can actually expand. It depends with the audience now, because there are people who really do not matter, even if they.
Wow. Which ones are those?
There are people who really do not matter. There are people that are going to maybe listen to your music now. Because, I can say, for example, there are people who've always been saying, your music is really good.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? Yes. which one is your favorite? And they'll be like, you see,
that one.
do you have it in your phone? So you find that those people really do not matter. But then there are the people who are always saying things, about your music, but then they really do not matter. But then there are people out there who actually matter, but then maybe somehow I do not know about them yet. But then there are people who are like, what's Lala up to now? She's released, and then they're upfront, So I think I need to expand to that audience that really matters.
So how is that coming about? Like, what's the plan? Like, do you have a team you're working with?
Yes.
Are you signed?
No.
Are you ever going to get signed again?
I don't think so.
Right.
Maybe those short-term contracts whereby maybe we're just working on a project and then after that we part ways.
What is it about being signed that you wouldn't advise someone to get signed?
I think...
if Def Jam or Universal come with a big deal...
I think somehow you lose yourself because those people are after money.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, it has to make them make some money. So if I'm to say, no, I don't think this is my style, they'll be like, no, this is supposed to be your style because that's where the money is.
Works.
Yes. So somehow, unless you're saying, I don't care, I just also want to make money, I want to be famous, I know, So if you don't care much of who you are or what you think really represents you, then you can go on and get signed. I'm not saying record labels are that bad.
Record labels are evil.
Yes. Artists, we are always trying to be enemies with record labels. But then actually you can find, like, I can say for me, Cox Entertainment, they're genuine people, but then there are things that really never worked like the way we put. Yes. But then it's really difficult, especially if you're upcoming, because they'll say the reason you are not blowing up is
because you need to do this.
Yes. So we are now going to help you.
What if you do it and then it works?
Yes, it works. But then maybe 3 years down the line, you're thinking, but
like, nah, man, wait a minute.
I'm not enjoying this anymore.
It's not the path that I had for myself.
Yes.
Which is, doesn't it become different if you have your own person as your manager, someone who fights for you?
Yes, I think of which is difficult finding that kind of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can tell you that I've never really had a manager. Up to now, I can say, the guys that I'm working with now, we are barely a month now working together. So it's, it's not difficult for me to put my trust, like I'm giving my brand to this person, he's going to take it to the next level. I'm just like, okay, you want to come into the team, okay, you can come. This is what I believe in, this is what I want to achieve. And I really never get to say, okay, so this person is really going to take me there.
It's difficult for you to let go.
Yes.
Now.
So now if
I know a lot of people like that, actually.
So if they go, and then I continue with whatsoever I've been doing. And then the next one comes, 2 months, they leave. And then, it's difficult finding that person who's really going to be
Is
there.
It maybe it's because the money is not coming in yet, so people are not patient enough to stick around.
That's one of the problems.
Yeah, it is like that.
Yes. And then, someone will be like, you know what?
Because it's a twofold thing, right? Sometimes it's the artist that a manager comes to and they actually care but the artist is like, but what have you done? Right? And then sometimes it's the opposite. I'm like, no, when are you not blowing? Like what you said, because you're not doing that such. So
it's difficult.
It's rare to find people actually just chill. And
yes.
What is it like being a female artist in Harare? You don't predominantly sing in Shona, right?
It's a whole mixture with Ndebele. It's Shona.
Does it give you? Do you feel like it gives you an edge that you can do Ndebele?
An edge,
like over the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it make you more unique? They're like,
in
girl
a
sings
way.
Ndebele. I'm
in a
used
way,
to the one singing it, sure.
especially if you're now holding the mbira. And then you're like, "Tell moya wako." They were like, "Okay."
Like, okay.
It's
It's
okay.
from South Africa, guys. How enjoy Josa.
So you see, yeah, it brings out that excitement, something different. Okay. Yeah.
So is there something you're really going to get into, or you're just going to keep it as an aesthetic but stick to your house?
Well, house music, definitely. I think we're going a long way with house music. But then with the mbira, I feel like maybe somehow it could not be the mbira, but then we are putting in the African drum. Maybe someone plays the Zimbabwean patterns, whereby maybe it's Mbande or whatsoever, but then we're just fusing it with house so that it gives it that different feel. Maybe someone can say, maybe it's from Zimbabwe. Yes, different.
Have you had any local collaborations? Bulawayo.
Bulawayo, Debs.
Oh, that
Vuyo
one.
Brown. Yes.
You've had a collab with Vuyo?
Yes.
Which song?
It's called Gari Gari.
What?
Yeah.
When?
2021.
Serious, because I worked a lot with Vuyo, but I guess maybe the features, some of them I wouldn't know.
Yes, you wouldn't, but it was part of. And I think the problem now is with these collaborations now.
Yeah.
One artist is more excited than the other. And then you find one artist pushing and the other is like, it's your song, can go and promote it. So I think it wasn't really promoted like the way she promotes her other music. I don't think she even posted about the collaborations.
Yeah, no, I mean.
Yeah, so that's the other thing now with collaborations, which now I feel if I'm to collaborate with someone, it should be something that we are both excited about. You know, like this is like Lala. I really love the way you do your music, and I'm like, I really love the way you do your music.
It was I mean, with
it was something that's arranged. You know, like for you, we have our artists who would like you to put a verse.
Yeah, that's also the thing about having a middleman in Pagat. You know, you guys, I feel like it's nicer when the artists connect on their own sometimes, and then you actually sit and you're like, oh, yeah, bro. Oh, okay. Nah, cool. Let's work.
Yes.
Yeah. It sucks when one person is pushing and the other is.
And the other one is just.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it. So, I mean, you have done. Have you tried any since then?
Collaboration?
Yeah.
The one that's coming out now is with the local, but from Harare.
Oh, okay. I was saying, Bulawa, you've forgotten us. You don't want us anymore.
No,
Is it difficult, or is it because like there isn't enough popping artists?
Yeah. No, Bulawayo. No, that's not the issue. Because I feel like the best talent actually comes from this side of Zimbabwe.
Why'd you say that?
I just feel it like sometimes even if I am to meet a guitarist from this side, you're just like, wow. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've spent so much time in Harare. But then even the way that they put out their art, you know, it's different, I think, with Harare, whereby everyone is just rushing, you know, like, Wally 10 did something like this. And then you feel like you also need to do something like that. And then everyone is Holy 10 at the moment. And then you go on. So I feel like here there are people who really have respect for the art.
Yeah, no, Yes,
like they just have respect for the art. It doesn't matter, they blow up, they don't, but then they're just creating. It's just art, you know, like you can see that.
It's Harare is more of, you know, bubblegum, quick, trendy.
Yes.
It's all about I mean, they want the money. You know, Bulawayo is such a. I think it also goes down to the difference between Ndebele and Shona people. Shona people are really about let's get it done. Let's get it more. Ndebele people are quality people, man.
Yeah.
From the way that they dress, from the way that they do whatever they do, it's all about the quality.
The quality.
It'd rather take a long time, but as long as the quality is right and it's always on point. So I think that also translates into how artists do their music and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you think we'd take over if we move to Harare? A lot of artists would take over.
I don't know now with keeping up with the pace in Harare.
Yeah.
But then I feel like if you really want something that is really artistic, you really need to come down the side. And then you really produce something
that is.
Yes.
Is there an artist that you have your eye on in Bulawayo? Am I putting one on the
artist?
spot?
Well, the artist is in Harare, but he's from the side. There's a guy called Ulen.
Oh, Ulen.
Yes.
Ulen is cool.
Yeah, I feel like he's really in his own space, doing his own thing. And then we also...
He's in his own bag. Those guys are creative.
Yes. And then we also have the Djembe monks. Yes, I feel like I would really love to do something with the Djembe monks.
Nah, it will come. I mean, with Ulen, it's easy, you know. He's in H, you're in H.
Yeah, people are always saying, we haven't met, but people are always saying, you should meet. So I guess, at the right time.
I mean, you also have your own, you're also doing your own, you also have your own vibration, your own weird. Your own weird.
No, it's not weird.
Nah, I'm just.
Yeah, I'm also pushing out something that is, I feel, maybe a bit different. Yeah, so.
It is. I mean, I guess it also comes from you having been in this label structure where you had to try and fit into trends and whatnot. That's what's influencing your drive to be so unique.
Yeah.
In your...
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. So when you make the music, since you're saying you don't particularly have a message, how do you want the music to resonate with the listener when you make your music? What's at least one thing? Someone will say, I do this. But as long as it makes my listener happy. Or you'd have an Adele's like, as long as it makes my listener, heal from. What is your music meant to do for the listener?
Well, there's this kind of music that when I listen to, I'm just at peace. It doesn't matter what time of the day. Even if I just listen to that music,
is that?
Well, I can name the artist. Well, I don't know if I should name the artist.
Oh, why not?
Because now, no, I'm not going to mention the artist.
All right, fine.
I'm not going to mention. So somehow it gets me thinking, how does someone feel when they listen to my music? Is it something that makes them relax? Is it something that makes them think, okay, I can forget about all other things. Let me just listen to the music for now. So I hope that when people listen to my music, they are just at ease, like whereby you just taken somewhere where you're just, it doesn't matter. It's a love song. It doesn't matter. You can hear what I'm singing about, because I discovered that there are actually more listeners out there than here in Zimbabwe.
More interested in your music.
Yes. Some, they'll be like, your language. Some will be like, I don't know what you're saying about, but your voice is just calming. So, so I just hope that even if someone doesn't hear exactly what I'm saying, but at least it just puts them at ease, whereby they're just like, I just love listening to this girl.
Like it calms me down.
Yes.
Like what's your biggest demographic? Like when you're looking at your statistics on your Spotify, or whether it's YouTube, like where do you get your most listeners from?
Even at the shows.
At the shows. What?
Like what do you mean at the shows?
And when you're at the shows, like certain people will be there. You would gauge, these are young people, these are old people.
Oh, yeah, mostly.
Okay, so I guess we can break it down to country and then age and then gender maybe.
Mostly it's the males that listen to my music. Females, it's a little percentage. And then when it comes to the country, mostly it's European countries. You'll find this week Germany is at the top. And then you'll find maybe Spain. You find there is Turkey. And then the UK. And then I don't know other countries. But then mostly the ones that I mentioned. And then at age, I can say from between 18 and
45.
Yeah, somewhere there. Yes.
Usually. So with all that information, are you now consciously making music and pushing it into those demographics? Or
yes,
I think that's something that a lot of artists don't consider, especially.
I figured that once I put Shona or Isindebele to my music, people that are outside there, they get crazy. Like, wow, I like your style. What they just love the African language. Yes, they feel like, especially the producers that approach me. When I write the music, they'll be like, can you also add your language to it? I don't know what it does.
Yeah, but because if you sing in English and the English doesn't sound as pure as Beyonce's and the ones that you're going to be competing with out there. Defeats the purpose.
When they release it out there and then it's with this African lady and then she also put in some African language, I think it also sounds cool. So yeah, I make it a point that whenever I release, at least let me put even if somewhere along the line, I
mean, I asked those questions about the demographics just to see, since you say you work mostly on your own without a manager or none, how then do you handle, are you aware of the business side of things? Like, I need to, this demographics, this whatnot. How do you handle that aspect of your career currently? Because I mean, hate it or love it, money, business, finances.
I think I'm not really interested in handling the business side.
Yeah, unfortunately for a lot of artists, they're not.
Yes, but somehow I need to do it. Sometimes I get to ask some other people, like, how do you handle this? How do you do this? Some will be like, okay, maybe I can do this for you. And then you learn from there. Maybe you can do it next time. So, but then I'm not really into that. I wish I could just write my music and record and everything else is just taken care of by someone else.
Yeah, but I guess it gives you some experience also later on when you do decide to go back into a label, you know.
Yes.
At least know how your money is moving.
Yes.
Are you making money?
What?
I said, are you making money?
I can't say that I'm making money.
Why?
I can't say that I'm making money because the numbers are still, you know.
But with the shows and just a bit, is it template? Yeah, this part.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in Harare. Once you're in Harare, everyone expects you to be making money, unfortunately.
But then, unfortunately, I can't really say I am. I feel there's still a lot of work that needs to be put. At least now I'm confident about the music that I create. That's one thing. And now I think the work is now on how to monetize that. Well, I'm now confident. Like,
because if the music is fire, the money will follow.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so too.
I believe so, yeah. So I believe that yes, there is work to be done now. How do we monetize? How do I really get to that point where I can say, okay, now I can make demands. Like, you want me to come to your show, to your event. So this is how much.
This is how much.
Yes.
All right, cool. I mean, you said you left, we already established you left Bulawayo before you actually got a taste of how it is to make music here. But with your experience in Harare and the time, how has it, and then looking at just how Bulawayo is, I mean, you don't have to be here to see what things are tense this side musically. How has Harare helped you with your development as an artist and even with opportunities?
Yeah, I
that
feel
you
like,
think is lacking this side?
Yeah, I think I remember last time I was here, last week. Yeah, should be last week. I have a few contacts of some artists this side, whereby you're asking, so what's up? What event is there this Saturday? Or is there anything up? You find someone say, But then, you know,
there's nothing.
There's nothing. So how then are artists really, where are the platforms for the artists? Because I know that right now, if I'm to go back to Harare today, tomorrow there's actually something happening somewhere.
There's a chance, there's a high chance of you performing somewhere.
Yes, even if you are to then say, I think I want to open up at this event, there are opportunities that people will see you somehow.
Yeah.
But then here, how do you even get that exposure whereby people can say, we know this girl, we've seen her at this event.
Yeah.
So I think platforms are lacking this side. And then I learned to perform on platforms where I would say, can I come and open?
Yeah.
Can I come and open? So you don't have that pressure. People don't really know who you are. And
So
you know
you-
that it's like you're
out here
practicing.
practicing, yeah.
Yes. And then, so I think that's lacking because that's how you actually get to grow. Slowly you're gaining confidence. And then you see people are now responding and all that. So
It's so unfortunate that with the Bulawayo, whenever there's a chance to, most of the times, whenever there's a chance to perform, it's on big platforms or you're competing with the Winky D's
yes,
and the
and
Questas,
then
and
yes,
you don't have the practice.
yes.
What do you call those things again? Where it's like funded. What do you call those things?
Which ones?
Those types of shows.
Workshops?
No, like the subsidized shows. Like, what do you call them?
Give me an example.
Because you said big shows, or you're competing against Winky D's.
Yeah.
Then there's these
the
U.S. Embassy.
Oh,
What do you call those shows?
I don't know what. I guess maybe it's not a workshop. It's a
Showcase.
let's say a showcase. Like those that are funded. What are you saying about those? Are you saying we need more of those?
No, that's the only other thing that's there.
That's
Oh
there.
yeah, that is true.
No, we don't need more of those.
But
because,
then-
like, it has to be
I
organic.
think
like,
also now as artists, because usually I would say no one is really asking me to come and perform.
I won't.
Yeah. But then somehow you get to maybe like you get to a cafe. Hello guys, my name is Lala. Do you do events here? No, we don't. I would like to come and perform on Fridays. We don't have money to pay you. I'll come and perform still.
Yeah.
So now you see, people are seeing you at this spot. You're taking that content, and then somehow people are not getting used to you. Today you're at this platform. Tomorrow you're performing somewhere else, and then they think you're the most booked artist in Bulawayo.
Yes.
And then now when they say we need an artist from Bulawayo, what they'll be like, there's this girl, she's always performing at
She's
different.
busy.
Yes. So somehow we don't really need to wait for
Yeah.
promoters or something. We just need to say, okay, I think I need to be doing something. At least, like money will come. Whatever is coming whilst you're doing something. But then when you're at home, seated with your guitar, there's no one who's really going to
That's
know.
free game right there from Lala.
Yes.
Be proactive.
Yes,
Do you think having an instrument is an advantage?
it is. Because right now, maybe there's someone who says, I need you to come and perform. But then there's not much money. There's this little. I know, okay, for something this little, I think I can come and do solo. I just carry my instrument and then
and you go.
yeah. But then if I'm only dependent on the band will say how much is there. I'm like, they'll be like, no, we can't really come for that. So it's an advantage. You just have this something, at least you can go do solo and then you get your money and do.
Yeah, it's crazy because waiting for people to book you sometimes it makes you bitter and you end up complaining.
And sometimes they would actually perform, like they'll actually prefer it if you can actually do a solo, because they'll be like, we can't afford paying a band. Can't you at least play an instrument?
What is it about Bulawayo? Why aren't shows happening as much as? Is it because the whole structure isn't set up to?
Right, well, she said cafe, right?
Yeah.
I think such shows, they're more suited to places that are more quiet, like cafes, restaurants. But in Bulawayo, most of the traffic is going to bars, and cafes are always deserted at times.
But
compared
still,
to
you
H.
find that even the bars sometimes, if they're gonna get artists, they get these cover bands instead of artists coming to perform. Is it a clash of egos? Is it a clash? Is it a mixture of ego plus?
In Bulawayo, you kind of have to be loud in order to penetrate that market. Compared to H, where there's a whole variety of places, there's chilled places,
and you can choose which suits you. Like, I think I'm more for the quiet, old people that are, so you know where to go. Like,
because with Harare, there's the artistic side of things where people want to go to galleries or they want to do the ulenis.
Yes.
And, And then there's the hip hop. You have your bagas and your K flows. Push in the same flows going to that demographic, and then you have your denims.
Then there's Winky D.
Yeah, and then you have the jazz people where you find the Victor Kunongas, the what. So you actually,
bro, like you never get to hear most of these names in public that much, but they're performing day in, day out.
Yes, they actually have, a spot. Like if I go there on a Thursday, you'll definitely be performing.
Even with my piano, like you get a DJ performing their songs at a bar. It's just that we're not that loud or we're not that forceful.
Do you think it's a problem?
But whose problem is it then?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you think it's a problem of centralization of? Already there's a problem of there's a lot of centralization when it comes to the entertainment space. It's centralized in Harare. A lot of things pop in Harare. But also in Bulawayo, there's also the centralization of the people who create the shows, the people who, I guess, book people. Do you think that's the problem? It's so centralized in one space that people are so dependent on these guys. And if these guys are not doing it, then maybe there's sabotage.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing.
I think it's now up to us as artists. Like we can even create, like those sort of like groups or something. Like I know people, the moment I speak to an artist from Law and say, let's create something like that, they're like, no one will even come for that. Everybody's doing their own thing. No one will want to partner with you. I don't know. It's such negativity.
I guess if the artists are saying that, I guess that's how it is in the game.
Because they'll be like, no one would really want to partner with you because they think you are the one benefiting. But like, no, we can actually sit down and say, you know what? Why don't we create platforms for ourselves?
So they don't want to partner because they think you're the one benefiting.
Yes. Like someone says, where am I going to benefit? We are all benefiting. But then I think nobody really wants to listen. Like, okay, so what's the plan? How do we go about it? They just think you just want to benefit yourself.
They just want to be on the big stages before they actually try and create the small stages for themselves.
So, because, I was actually surprised. There are a lot of potential like sports where you can actually perform. When I was walking on the street, that's like there are a lot. There are a lot. I was
Maybe
seeing.
People are shy of being of performing for chairs and two people there.
No, but then who cares? Like, I mean, you can actually do it. Like now everybody is on social media, right? Well, it's me with my chair. I'm performing. I asked someone there to hold the camera for me.
Well,
and I'm having fun performing. I'm even speaking to those two people. You might not even see who I'm speaking to. And then I'll be like, I just take a short clip. I was performing tonight at whatsoever. Catch me again tomorrow. And then people like, I think maybe this spot is actually
popping.
Yes.
There's a vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people are now warming up to the idea. Firstly, you can even invite your friends. Guys, come, let's just chill. I'll just play for 30 minutes. If I'm done, if you want to leave the place, you can leave. But then what are we creating? People that are seeing are like, this place should really be the place to be, like. So it's up to us now as artists. Like,
I think it's also, you can go.
Well, as a videographer, I kind of noticed that, like what you just said, even if there's no one, why not have a nice recording for people to see or for people to come in? But even for a lot of these events that flop, there's nothing. Like it's only word of mouth. Like one, the show flops, and two, the word of mouth is bad. They're like, this place is not. They don't make the effort. They're not proactive. They think that if I pay for this video, I'm wasting money, but it's an investment.
Yeah.
But I also think we're also suffering from the thing that I mentioned, Uguti. That side in Harare, they're about getting things done. They go big. It could be the wackest verse you've ever heard, but it'll be on all the statuses.
Yes.
They'll be hyping
They'll hype
and then
it.
Here, we are victims of our own love for quality, that even performing for two people is like, no, never.
No.
I'm too good.
Yes.
Or I could never. So we suffer from that.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, I had a bunch of questions, but I think we touched on a lot. Whole lot.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. What's our time like?
17.
We've clocked like what? An hour.
Yeah, 117.
117. It's not bad.
Okay.
How long did you think it was?
Well, I was thinking maybe 30, 40 minutes.
What?
Nah, we don't do that here.
We have tried. We have tried. The conversations always
Yes,
go.
interesting.
It looks like an
Conversation.
interrogation if it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
because
that's
if,
the
if
problem.
you come in, I'm like, I have 30 minutes. I'm just
Yes.
gonna go to pa. Okay,
Yes.
set. Oh, yeah, and it doesn't work for me like that. Like that.
yeah.
Have you experienced any sabotage in Harare? Like where you felt like, there's a female artist.
Sabotage.
You know, like maybe. Well, I guess you identify as a Hararian. You know, you've been there long enough.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like, I've been there long enough. But then sabotage, I actually felt it when I came this side.
Word. Wait, what happened?
When I performed at Matopos.
At the Lights Festival Lights?
Yes,
When was that? This year? Last year?
last year.
Oh. What was it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's make them correct their mistake.
the whole line.
Everyone was a lot of people were sabotaged there because I heard there was the MC who was interrupting the performances and it was late.
He was drunk.
I don't know, like
you know, like you are
location.
there. You know you're supposed to perform, right? And then you are there fearing I might not even perform here. So I was supposed to go in, like maybe I was supposed to be the third artist to come in. And then I believe there are those artists who are big this side who felt they need to go in first because they need to be somewhere or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
So those are the artists that came in first. And then after that, I think I actually performed after midnight.
What time did the show start?
Around 7.
Performed after midnight.
Yes. And there are actually other artists from Harare who felt they needed to go in. You know, like it was just...
It's just a whole lot of...
Yeah, and you're asking, so am I coming in next? No, wait. Am I coming in next? And then you say, it's now...
Just poor organization.
It's now 12.
It was a subsidized show again. So like the people who are kind of working on it, they're not that
They're not the
sharp.
people who should be working on these things. That's the thing about the subsidized shows, like the ones we're talking about, the showcases. These councils, say the British Council or the US Embassy, they avail
European Union.
They avail funds, right? And then the people who are then tasked with finding the artists, creating the itinerary and whatnot, are people who have nothing or no experience whatsoever in doing this.
Or they're not active.
You know, they're not active in the game.
Because
So
the location was to have a show in Matopo Kachanale.
yeah,
Like,
you know,
it's
they're not-
counterproductive.
They don't know about they're not even thinking about how will the sound be set up, how will the lighting be set up,
How would the people get there?
how will the people get there. So I feel like when these guys want to subsidize the shows, at least find someone who has done event planning before, who has done shows for artists. Because to just call someone who's sitting in an office doing a job that is unrelated, it causes a lot of these problems that we end up having.
Yeah.
So unfortunate that you faced some sabotage when you came back home.
Also, there was no the transport was only for artists. Like there was no transport for attendees or something like that.
And then you find that it's artists performing for other artists.
Yeah. Like, is no one thinking about these things when people are sitting down and planning? Like, is no one saying, oh, what about this? What about that?
Yeah. How are people actually going to? Is the venue accessible? Like, is it convenient enough for someone to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing about the subsidized shows is that people they don't care. As long as they get the budget and then they are part, budget is there's Kwameni Sabo. They're like, as long as it goes on, as long as there's a record that this happened, artists came and we paid them $50 each or nothing at all. We're done. They chow their money.
Yeah.
So pelile.
And then most of the times it's like you're actually doing the artist a favor to actually pay them. You know, like we've created the platform.
Yeah.
The least you can do is maybe come and show your art, and then they will appreciate you. Maybe they'll say, we are appreciating, you know, like at least you can get some transport back home, you know, something.
That's what I've noticed. Like the artist is barely ever the most important part of the, like, it's like you take it or leave it. That's
yes, there are other people dying to be on the platform. So if you don't want the offer, we can always bring in someone else.
So unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should have just said Art Gallery Gawan. Or Academy of Music.
They could have done it at the Art Gallery.
Because those shows are well attended. Like the showcase that just happened on Friday, there were people there.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, man, the organizers bump into this thing and listen.
But it's the same people, though. That's the strange thing. Like the people organizing it in Matropo and the people organizing it in the Art Gallery.
That's what
same.
I was saying.
Same people.
That's what I was saying about the centralization of these things. You know, it keeps going into the same hands.
That's how you even find that it's the same artist on the lineup, because they now have the link, you know, like I'll let you know when we have our next show, and then it's the same people coming in again.
You know, it's so unfortunate. It reminds me of a conversation we were having with Richard. He was talking about this other opportunity that he got via one of these. I won't mention what it is. And it was like the person who got him in was like, don't tell anyone that this is happening right now. Just apply enough for yourself. But these are things, these are opportunities that are supposed to be shared.
Open there where everyone can just apply. But then
you see, so the circle, or it'll keep on repeating as long as these opportunities are centralized in certain hands.
Yes.
I get it. I go, Kolani, now go Fanam. I get it next time. I'm like, Lala, siyazwanana this place. Now go, Lala, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Next. And
I mean, we did say the same thing about Mr. Wavy not sharing his sound. So it's like, it's system wide. It's like a cancer that's affected the whole system.
And once I leave, I bring Kolani to take my place. He's going to do the same thing that I used to do. So something needs to happen. I don't know what. But
I think it's just a matter of artists now, you know, owning their art and saying, if you're not going to book me, still I'll create a platform.
Now that makes us that brings us back to your point whereby everyone is now doing their own thing. We're now scattered. In a sense, there's not too many. It's not like in the States or in SA where at least there's like a record label to like swallow these artists up. Here, like if you're like, I'm not feeling you, let me start my own label. Oh, you're not let me go there, but then it creates more chaos.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I hear what she's saying, and she's right. Like to have to be able to have your ownership of your own thing, to be able to say, I can stand on my own, but at the same time still have that unity, you know? I mean, you see it in SA where the Caspers have their own thing, Java has his own label, Zulu has his own thing happening with his own people, you have the Blackies and the Nasty C's, but the unity, you can also still see it.
Or in Harare, like you've got different people, but they're under certain cliques, in a sense.
Yeah. Manje here, I don't know, maybe we're just too separated.
Yeah, I feel
united in the wrong things.
I feel the same way. Something. Yeah, that's what I also feel.
Right? It's unfortunate. Anyway, Lala, is there anything else you'd like to share about your journey?
Well, I think we've exhausted almost everything.
All right, cool. Can't wait to see what you have coming up next.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, we don't have Mbira. I would have loved for you to play.
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring your Mbira? You don't carry it everywhere.
I brought it last time, but then I think I was discouraged when I found out that there is actually nowhere I can go and showcase. So I was like, okay, I think this is for another time where I have everything organized. And Yeah.
I think it's finding, the right people to connect with so that whenever there's something here, they let you know and then you come.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of starting something. I'm not saying that but whereby I can just come, let's say, maybe I can say this month I'm just going around cafes or whatsoever, performing. People show up, people don't, but then that's what I've come to do. And maybe say Mondays I'm performing here, Tuesday for the whole month, and then.
And it's possible. It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. And you have a unique selling point right now.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are doing the Mbira and singing as well as you do?
Yeah.
Cool. It was good to have you. Kola, did you have anything to add? Do you have any thoughts?
Even a few notes.
Oh, you wanted to freestyle? She said today she's not freestyling. She gets paid to do these things. She gets paid to do these things. Are you going to mix and master the vocals?
We can sing. It's gonna sound good even without mixing.
It's up to you. Just a bit of telemoy. Or whatever it is you want to hit us with. I mean, you can't come to Bulawayo and not bless us with something.
Okay. What song? Which song? Okay. This is difficult. Okay, let me just sing.
Can you rap?
One verse. It's been a while.
Alright, cool.
It's been a while.
Take your pick.
Okay, so I'm just going to sing a verse. Promise me the sun when the lights are out. Promise me the moon when it's dark outside. Promise me the rainbow, color up my craft. Promise me sweet music when I'm feeling low. Your words I can't get over. I think it's time for you to come and pay lobola. We are long overdue. I pull you close, baby. You push me back, no. I get mad at you. You give me sweet nothings.
It's got a nice bounce to it. No, I want to hear the song. I thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me. This has been fun.
It has been.
Because every time we go to an interview, you're thinking, it's the same boring questions.
Not an interview, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's not. I tried not to make it an interview. You have your guidelines.
You're always like what they're going to ask. So this has been quite interesting.
Thank you very much.
Time is money. They're in a rush.
Yeah, and it's just sometimes it's the lack of interest in actually getting to know the person.
Yes.
Time constraints.
Whereby you can actually see that this person I'm sitting next to doesn't even really know what I'm
about.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they don't
in this age of the internet, do some research, man.
And actually, you can see that this person doesn't even care. Then you can even see that they ain't even listening.
I recently heard a friend of mine who was an age. She's an artist. She was like, supposed to do an interview with this quote unquote big media name. And then I get there and the cameras are not even there. And the guy is not even calls me by the wrong name.
Oh.
And he's like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's not go there. Peace.